So intensity doesn't ever need to be modified. What needs to be modified is the exercise. Well, you modify the exercise so that that person can get the most intensity out of it, because intensity equals results, right? Okay, anything to say on that one right there?
I will tell you, number one, anytime I fix a member's form, whether maybe the jump squat is too much or something else that's a little too much pressure on their body, and I give them, maybe take the weights away and have them do a jump squat where they're getting a full range of motion and it no longer bothers their joints, I say, wasn't that way harder? Wasn't that way more intense? Absolutely. So don't ever feel, and like I said, from my story alone, and I know Devan's been through injuries and things like that, don't ever feel like you're doing less than anybody else. Don't ever compare yourself to what anybody else is doing. As long as, like Devan said, you're on the floor and you're giving your 100%, your workout might look different than somebody else's, but it's not any less than anybody else's.
It isn't. And we get to all do this together. So like that intensity, you get to add value to the room with that philosophy too, right? Like, and that's important, because if you're on a team, you want to, as a part of that team, you want to be able to add value, and part of that value addition you create as an individual in a team is the intensity or the pursuit, or how fast you like pursue your goals. And so that's why we always like to say intensity doesn't necessarily need to be modified, because in this movement here, listen, if I am in this just still isolated position and I'm pressing my hips into this wall right here, although you can barely see it, with all my intensity, I am activating my quad muscles, a magnitude of order more than if I would just sit here and not think about it. If I go down just a little bit lower, okay, or if I add a little calf raise to it, I can create intensity just by being in it. Even time, right? I just did that for like 25 seconds and my quads are on fire. Like, even staying down in that movement for time is intense. And somebody could be right in front of you doing the weighted jump squat version while you're on the wall, and it doesn't matter. How many times have you seen like college athletes just walked off the field, and they're done with their college career, and they come into burn and they're working out next to, somebody who is maybe just came off the couch after 10 years, and they have 3 kids, and life has hit them from like every angle, and they have every valid excuse in the book to not work out, but they're here working out anyways, and they're working out right next to each other, right? Somebody that works out for a living versus someone that hasn't worked out in their life, and they can come in, and the value that they can bring to the room is the same, because we have an intensity level that can fit everybody.
Absolutely. Yep, I always say there is a spot for everybody on the floating floor. So no matter what your level is, you're going to get the best workout for you, no matter what anybody else next to you is doing. So.